लोके नाथ लोके राजीवाना, प्रभुपाद लोके राजीवाना, आह प्रभु कर दया देखो मोरे पद छया, प्रभुपाद करो दया देखो मोरे पद छया, एवे जैसे घोषक त्रिभुवाना, प्रभुपाद पतिता पवाना, जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा, जय प्रभुपादा, प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद, जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद, जय श्री जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, जय प्रभुपाद। निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा, निताय गौरंगा गौर हरे जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे पतिता पावन गौर हरे निताय गौरंगा गौर हरे निताय जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सूत्र सचरे श्रृंखला भक्ति वेदांत गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सूत्र सचरे श्रृंखला भक्ति सिद्धांत सचदेव ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय ISKCON BBT founder Charya is divine grace Srila Prabhupada की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तविंद की जय श्री श्री गौर राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय श्री श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय श्री श्री नवदीप द्वारका धाम की जय श्री धाम मायापुर धाम की जय श्री श्री यमुना मई गंगमय की जय श्री श्री तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय श्री श्री साम्बेज भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय Our loving spiritual master is divine grace, most merciful savior of the whole world, by spreading Sanatana Dharma, holy name, all over the world. Patit Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Patit Pavan Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. Patit Pavan Srila Prabhupada Guru Puja ki jai. Patit Pavan Srila Prabhupada Radha Govinda Mandir ki jai. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gaurang. All glories to divine grace, Srila Prabhupada. प्रणाम करते समय ओम भगवान की तरफ more light. अच्छा ओके. ये हारमोनियम पता किसका? जी. वो जो न्यूयॉर्क में वो वृंदावन में जो करता था कीर्तन. इधर इधर वो पंखा लगा. ठीक है. इधर देखो. घड़ी घड़ी कहाँ अपने. जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सचरे श्रीला भक्ति वेदांत गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सचरी श्रीला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON PBT founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तविंद की जय। श्री श्री गौर राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। श्री श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री श्री नवदीप द्वारका धाम की जय। श्री धाम मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री श्री यमुना मई गंगा मई की। श्री श्री तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की। श्री श्री सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। Our loving spiritual master, His Divine Grace, most merciful Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। भगवान वेद व्यास की जय। श्रील सुखदेव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। श्रील परीक्षित महाराज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gaurang, all glories to Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. ओम अज्ञाना तिमिरंधस्य ज्ञानंजन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोविष्णुं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदामायं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्री गुरु श्री युगपत्कमलं श्री गुरुं वैष्णवां च श्री रूपं साग्रजातं सागना रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं राधा कृष्णा पादान सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखा वितं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु वैवचा पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। टुगेदर हरे कृष्णा हरे लाउडर कृष्णा हरे हरे राम राम। श्रीमद् भागवत थर्ड कैंटो चैप्टर 24 वर्स 39 वर्स 40। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यां नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the personality of God and Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supremest human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author, and unto Srila Prabhupada, our loving spiritual master. Everybody, welcome to the morning Bhagavad class by Prabhupada's mercy, Canto 3rd, Chapter 24, verse 40. Renunciation of Kardam Muni. So please repeat after me. Matre, to my mother. Adhyatmikam, which opens the door of spiritual life. Vidyam, knowledge. Samanim, ending. Sarva kara manam, all fruitive activities. Vitaryasya, I shall give. Yaya, by which. Cha, also. Aso, she. Bhayam, fear. Cha, also. Atitrishyanti, will overcome. Matra adhyatmikim vidyam samanyam sarvakaranam vitaryasya yaya chaso bhayam chati tarishyati. Matra adhyatmikim vidyam samanim sarvakaranam vitarishya yaya chaso bhayam chitarishyati. Mataji's Translation, please all of you repeat. I shall also describe this sublime knowledge, which is the door to spiritual life, to my mother, so that she also can attain perfection and self-realization, ending all reactions to fruitive activities. Thus she also will be freed from all material fear. Purported by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of Great ISKCON. Kardam Muni was anxious about his good wife, Devahoti, while leaving home, and so the worthy son promised that not only would Kardam Muni be freed from the material entanglement, but Devahoti would also be freed by receiving instructions from her son. A very good example is set here. The husband goes away, taking the sannyas order for self-realization. But his representative, the son who is equally educated, remains at home to deliver the mother. A sannyas is not supposed to take his wife with him. At the vanaprastha stage of retired life or the stage midway between householder life and renounced life. So one may keep his wife as an assistant without sex relations, but in the sannyas order of life, one cannot keep his wife with him. Otherwise, a person like Kardam Muni would have kept his wife with him, and there would have been no hindrance to his prosecution of self-realization. Dear devotees, purpose of life is to return back home, back to Godhead. This human form is given to us by Krishna only for this purpose. And the greatest hindrance in this regard, returning back home, back to Godhead, is sex life. Anyone who is attracted to sex life, who want to enjoy the sex life, then he should forget that he can go back home, back to Godhead for millions of life to come. This sex life is available as it is mentioned by Lord Rishabdev to his 100 sons. He is saying, Nayam dekha dekha bhajan laloke kashtan kam harte bidu pujam je tapo divyam putra kayena satyam shuddhiye samad brahma saukyam tamantam. My dear sons, this human form is meant for self-realization, to perform austerity and penances, not for sense gratification. Lord Rishabdev is mentioning Bidubujam. Bidubujam means the stool-eater animal. Hogs and dogs both eat stool. For them this sex life is very easily available. For them mother is also wife, sister is also wife, daughter is also wife. It's animal life. So Lord Rishabdev is saying this sense gratification is very easily available to the bidubujam, stool-eaten animals. In this human form of life, we should perform austerity and penances. Control the senses. Tapo divyam putrakayana satyam. My dear sons, to perform austerity and attain the stage of devotional service. Shuddhaye samahat brahma saukhyam tamantam. By attaining devotional service, one will attain the Brahmananda, Brahma Saukyam. That happiness is never ending. Happiness of the sense enjoyment, little, very, very little, and end with the miseries. So, we have to understand this. So much propaganda is made for sense enjoyment. In the Western world, so much, too much. And influence is there to the Eastern world also, in India also. People are becoming very much attracted to sense pleasure. So this is, available to the animal's life. Very easily. For them there is no restriction. If a hog will have sex with his mother, nobody will say, why you did this. No. Dog will have sex with his sister or daughter, nobody will say. But a human being. We are human beings and we have to control our senses. Right now, the way we are acting, we are becoming servant of our senses. And we should remember one thing, by Prabhupada's mercy, we are all going to sit in one test. What is that test? Leaving this material world, departing from this material world. That time, nobody can help us except Krishna. If we have fully come to the shelter of Krishna, we have fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of Krishna, we have become fully conscious of Krishna by following the process of devotional service. Then we will be able to remember Krishna at the end of our life. And though Prabhupada in one lecture is saying, it's very, very difficult to remember Krishna at the time of departing. Very difficult. So one devotee mentioned to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are saying, it's very difficult to remember Krishna. We get up in the morning, come to Mangalati, chant our rounds, attend Bhagavad program, the daytime keep ourselves busy in service, evening Bhagavad Gita class, evening Arti. Then you are saying, Prabhupada, so difficult to remember Krishna, then how will we be able to remember Krishna? Prabhupada's answer was, if you are sincere devotee, Krishna will help you to remember Him. Otherwise it's very difficult. So we should remember, if this golden opportunity of human birth, which is given to all of us, man's body, woman's body, is a gift of Krishna. Just to qualify ourselves to return back home, back to Godhead. This body is not given for sense enjoyment. Though this sense enjoyment tendency is there, because in all the lives we were enjoying the senses. In human life also, this sex impulse is very strong, but we have to use our brain. Take the help of a pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada mentioned once, why the whole world is attracted towards me? Because I am free from sex life. And He can free us if we come to His shelter. Pray for His mercy. He can free us. And very important. And if one is not free from sense enjoyment, then he cannot think properly. His intelligence will remain clouded. He won't think properly. He will take right as a wrong, wrong as a right. Only when one becomes purified by the process of Krishna consciousness, then gradually he will understand this. Like the example is given by Srila Prabhupada, Mrigadhari the hunter. This hunter was a very, very sinful hunter. What kind of sinful? He must be killing animals? No. He used to shoot animal in such a way, animal won't die, suffer. It takes him so long time to give up his body. Once he has shot some animal in the jungle, and Srila Naraji happened to pass by. Naraji saw different animals suffering. He is a great devotee. Devrishi Naraji is the greatest Vaishnava. He said, who did this to this? And he saw one person with a hunchback, a long beard, holding bow and arrow in his hand. And he said, you did this to these animals? Yes. Why don't you fully kill them? He said, when they suffer, I enjoy seeing them. Naraji immediately concluded he is a very sinful person. Prabhupada appreciated these words. Don't hate the sinner, but hate the sin. Naraji wanted to help this person. He said, you are killing these animals. One day you will go to hell and all these animals will put you in great suffering. You have to pay the big price for this sin. First he was not interested because very simple person. But the association of pure devotee has a great effect. Gradually started understanding. He said, my father was also doing the same thing, my grandfather. This is our parampara. I am also doing the same thing. And he even first offered Naraji, if you want some meat, some, animal skin, I can give you. I don't want anything. I want you to understand what you are doing is not good. Gradually started understanding. But I have committed so many sins. What is going to happen to me? He said, you have to go to hell. But you want do one thing? No, you stop this business. Broke your this bow and arrow. But how I will fill my belly? He said, don't worry, I will take care. Naraji said. He hesitantly, he broke his bow and arrow. Naraji said, sit down there. Put one tulsi tree in front of you and chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. But what will happen? From when I'm going to get to eat? You just sit down, I will take care. When he became devotee and started chanting, people saw him. Oh, he was so sinful person. People started bringing different offerings for him. Hey, I don't want so much. And he was chanting and totally purified. One day, Naraji happened to pass by with his friend Parvat Muni, both great Vaishnavas. Naraji said to Parvat Muni, I have here one very strange disciple. I like to see him. He said, okay, yes. So, when this hunter, Mrigadhari, he was sitting and chanting. He saw his Gurudev came. He jumped up in the sky. He became very happy to run towards the Gurudev to receive him. But then suddenly he stopped. And he started cleaning something from the floor. He cleaned first and then put to the step. Then this way came to Naraji. Naraji paid his obeisance to Naraji. And he said, Gurudev, you have given me such a wonderful life. I was thinking that that is the life, that was the hell. Now he said, yes, this is the mercy of the holy name you are chanting. He said, but tell me, when you were coming towards me, you suddenly stopped. What you were doing? He said, Gurudev, there were so many ants were there. So I was driving them away so that I won't kill them, and he step on any ant. The Naraji smiled. This person was not ready to, he was killing animals, half kill. Now he's not ready to kill an ant. When change will come, when we become Krishna conscious, automatically all the sinful activities will be stopped. So we have to become conscious of Krishna. By Prabhupada's mercy, I want to discuss this point. We have to serve Krishna. Devotional service to Sri Krishna should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. In the Bhagavatam, Savaya Pamsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adhokshaje Ahaituki Apratihata Yayatma Suprasidati. Devotional service to the Supreme Lord should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. No motivation, no interruption. Lord Chaitanya, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna and the role of his own devotee, what he is saying in Shikshastak? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadish kame. Mam janmani janmani ishvare, bhavatad bhaktir ahaituki toi. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers, nor do I want to become a big orator. Then what do you want? I only want your causeless devotional service. Causeless, birth after birth. So these are the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And these teachings were repeated by Srila Prabhupada as it is. Prabhupada didn't change anything. Now, we also have to follow the teachings as it is. Sometimes devotee says, what about my security? What will happen to me? It means you have no faith in Krishna. If you have no faith in Krishna, then how you will be delivered from the cycle of birth and death? One should try to develop full faith in Krishna. Prabhupada gives the example, elephants in the jungle. So many elephants, crores of elephants in African jungles. They're all bellies filled. No elephant means hungry. No, they're all filled their bellies. How much elephant is, so much he eats. So Krishna is taking care of everyone. Our only business is to become devotee. Here in purport and the verse also, I shall also describe the sublime knowledge, which is the door to spiritual life. What is the sublime knowledge? Devotional service to Sri Krishna. Bhagavad is saying that this is actually business of all the jivas, all the living entities. No question of caste, color, and creed or gender. No. Business. Sabe pumso paro dharma. Sabe pumso means all the living entities, all the human beings. Yatur bhakti adhokshaje. Adhokshaje is Lord, we cannot perceive him with our blunt materialistic eyes. Adhokshaje ahaituki apratihata. We have to serve Lord without expecting anything in return. Devotion service, we are serving the Lord, not expecting anything in return. Ahaituki apratihata yatma suprasidati. Devotion service to the Supreme Lord should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. This is very, very important. If we won't do, then we are just passing time and waiting for another body to come. But the message is that to take birth and die, come in the womb up again, and is very painful for the soul. Very painful. And this can be stopped by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by following this method of Prema Bhakti. And Guru Puja, we were singing, Prema Bhakti jahan haite, avidya vinashe jate. Wherever there is a pure devotion to Sri Krishna, then avidya, ignorance won't come. We don't have this pure devotion, more or less, we are all in ignorance. We are all in avidya. We don't know what to do and what not to do. But now, we should keep in our mind that Krishna sent his pure devotee Prabhupada, and he is telling us to become a pure devotee. When Prabhupada started a movement here in the US, he said, I didn't give them any bribe. Prabhupada brought from India only $7. But he reformed them by giving them pure devotion. Pure devotion by Prabhupada gave people in the Western world, when they became devotee, they offer everything to Prabhupada. And the movement started spreading all over. Now we are forgetting. We should not forget. We should always remember that sooner or later I am going to leave this world. And at the time of departing from this world, if I am not Krishna conscious, then it is very, very dangerous. Very, very painful for the soul. So, I must become Krishna conscious. There is no choice that I don't want to become, no. Must. Opportunity there is a platinum, not golden, platinum opportunity to the whole world. And here, as in the verse is mentioned, that spiritual life, which is the door to spiritual life, to my mother. A mother of Kapil, Kardamuni's wife, Mata Devhuti, she was a great person. She was a daughter of a king, but she decided to marry Kardamuni, who was living in the forest. And she also performed great austerity. She was very, very chaste Mata, and she gave birth to the Supreme Lord. Kapil Dev is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in third canto, and he has given the devotion, he talked about devotional service. But my point here is that devotional service should not be, with any motivation. Unmotivated. Try to be dependent upon Krishna. I will tell you, there was one soul appeared in one family. As soon as he grew up little, he left his home, went to the forest. Very young age, went to the forest. For 12 years stayed in the forest, performing austerity. After 12 years, he thought, let me go to the town and beg some alms. He went to one house when a young lady came to give him something. And he even didn't know the difference between a man and animal. He asked this young lady, what is on your chest? She felt shy, ran and told her mother, see this saint, what he's saying to me. Mother came, what are you asking my daughter? He repeated the same thing. That elderly lady understood, he doesn't know the difference between man and animal. Man and woman, not animal. And she explained, she is my daughter, we will get her married, and she will give birth to a child. This is arrangement of a nature. He started thinking, she is not married, she hasn't given birth. In future, the child which is going to born, Krishna has made the arrangement. He gave that arm back to say, I don't want it. He went back to the forest. It's mentioned, Jab danta na the tab doodh diyo. When there were no teeth in our mouth, Krishna gave us the milk. Newly born baby doesn't know anything, but he can suck the breast. Who taught him, the newly baby, to suck the breast? It's a Krishna's arrangement. A saint is saying, when there were no teeth, you were given milk to drink. And when he gave you the milk to drink, when child come in the womb, milk comes in the breast, not otherwise. When he gave you the milk to drink, you think he won't give food to eat? He will give you. You just be dependent upon him. This is the gift of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, he didn't told others that you be dependent upon, he himself was 100% dependent upon Krishna. At the age of 70, with $7 across 7 seas, he came here, total dependence upon Krishna. He was totally dependent upon Krishna, and Krishna made him instrument. Actually, once Srila Prabhupada was speaking in Tamil Nadu, Madras that time. He was talking to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself. Then one man from the audience stood up. He said, you are saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Krishna himself, but he didn't preach all over the world. You preach all over the world. So this person trying to say that you are greater than Krishna then. What was Prabhupada's answer? Yes, I am greater than Krishna. No. Prabhupada said, actually this preaching all over the world was done by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Lord made me instrumental. Why? Because he wanted to give me the credit. So when, like Arjun, same thing, Arjun was thinking, I don't want to fight. But when Krishna showed his universal form, all the warriors in the battlefield rushing towards the different mouths of Krishna, they are killed already. Then Arjuna understood that I didn't want to fight, but they're already killed by Krishna. Then Krishna said, you just become an instrument. Namitta matar bhav sab sachin. You just become an instrument and take the credit. So point my is, if we become good devotee, then Krishna will use us in his service. And that is the perfection of life. Actually, we are not supposed to do anything here in this material world. Why? Because we are not from here. Then we should sit idle? No. Idle brain is devil workshop. Then what to do? The Krishna is recommending. He's saying, Yat karoshi yadashnashi yad jahosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tad kursham madarpanam. Whatever you do, you should do as an offering towards me. Then this way, then you will be able to come to me. Prabhupada gives one example of zero. Drawing zero on the blackboard. Doesn't matter how many zeros you draw on the blackboard. Zero is zero. But before start drawing zero, you draw one line. Then it will become 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So one line is Krishna. We should be doing everything for Krishna, not for our sense gratification. And this sense gratification, as I just mentioned, easily available to the animals. No discrimination. And if we are busy in sense, we try to gratify sense, and then we are very unfortunate, very unfortunate. By Prabhupada's mercy, we should become fortunate. Not that we're thinking of sense gratification only, no. It's a flickering happiness from sense gratification. And in the chapter 3, verse 39, Lord is saying, Avratam jnanam etena jnanino nitvarina kam rupena kauntaya dushparena nalenija. So the wise living entity's real knowledge is covered by his eternal enemy, this sense enjoyment. His knowledge, his jnana is covered. So we have to remove this covering of sense enjoyment. Because sense enjoyment is on the body platform, and spiritual life begins from here. I am not this body. I am soul. Though this body is temporary, but this can be used to elevate the soul. Like Prahlad Maharaj said that Kaumar Achartya Pragyo Dharman Bhagavatan ki Durlabha Manusha Janama Tad Api Dhruvamartadam. Though this human body is temporary like other bodies, 8,400,000 different species of life. This body is temporary, all the bodies are temporary. But this body is useful. Why? This can deliver us the greatest benefit. Through this body, we can elevate the soul. We become Krishna conscious. Though this body is temporary, but it can deliver us the greatest benefit. Through this body, we can elevate the soul, become Krishna conscious, and return back home, back to God. This Prahlad Maharaj said. So this body, unfortunately, we are all trying to, enjoy the senses. We are after sense enjoyment. No. La Chaitanya na dhanam na janam na sundarim. No. Mam janmani janmani ishvare bhavatad bhakti ahitvi. I only want bhakti, devotion, life after life. That is pure devotion. Pure devotion means, like Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada is explaining, Anna vilashata shunnam. Material desire must be zero. No material. Lord Chaitanya said, which is the Tranantapi shunichena tarorapi sahisnuna amani namandena kitniya sadari. Lord is recommending one should become more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. Then what will happen? In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. We should come to that state when I never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna, always chanting. Lord Chaitanya also uttered from his lotus mouth, Uthite, Vaisite, Khaite, Shuite, Yatha Tatha Namle. Standing, sitting, eating, sleeping, lying down. You just chant the name. Desh Kala Niyam Nahi. It's not that you can chant now and you cannot chant now. Sarv Siddhi Hoy. You will attain all the perfection. The real perfection is, we will develop love of Krishna. Love of Krishna is there. It's covered. It's at a dormant stage. We need to reawaken that love by following the process of Krishna consciousness, by Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atam, Nivedanam. Main thing is not expecting anything in return. We should not ask anything material to the Lord. No material. Anna vilachata shunnam. Jnana karmadina vratam. Anukullena krishnanu shilnam bhaktir uttama. Material desire must be zero. Mata Devhuti, she's so elevated soul. She can enjoy the palatial living. She was the daughter of a king. She was the princess. But she decided to stay in the jungle and become a wife of a Kardam Muni, a great ascetic, great devotee. And great austerity she performed, and Then she was blessed. Lord has become her son. Kapil Dev is the personality of Godhead, his incarnation. So austerity and devotion service, unmotivated and uninterrupted. Very, very important. We are forgetting that. This is the weakness of our mind. This is the weakness of our, we should understand our mind. Mana eva manusyanam karanam bandhan mokshayo. Mind is one's best friend when it is in our control. It is our worst enemy when it is not in control. Generally our minds are not controlled. Whatever my mind is saying, I am doing that, and then preparing a royal road to hell. Following mind means a royal road to hell. We have to follow Srila Prabhupada. We have to follow Guru Gaurang, Nityananda and Radha Krishna. Lord Chaitanya is saying, just come to my shelter. Sarva dharman paritajya mamekam sharanam brij aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshashyami mahashosh. Give up all varieties of religion. You have made so many religions, this, that. Give up. Just come to my shelter. I shall deliver you from the reaction of your sinful action. You have committed so many sinful actions, and reaction is going to be there. I will protect you when you come to my shelter. And I will give you the mukti. Purpose of life. Even Lord Shiva, who is a chief of all the demigods, he is saying, Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, iha sansare, bahudustare, kripai pare pagi murare. You are taking birth again and again, dying again and again, coming in the womb of your mother again and again, and this is the bad effect of this material world. Now what you do? You fool, take shelter of Murari. Kripai pare pai. Murari, Krishna has killed the demon named Mura. His name is Murari, Krishna Murari. Krishna Murari Bhagavan ki. You take his shelter and take his mercy by coming to his shelter, and he can deliver you from the cycle of birth and death. Then Lord Shiva is saying, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam Bhaj Murmate. Worship Govinda, worship Govinda, worship only Govinda, nobody else. Respect everyone, but worship only Govinda. Nobody else. Why we go to other demigods? This is also explained by Lord Krishna. Kamastistar heta jnana. When people have so many material desires, parpadante anna devta. They go to the demigods, give me this, give me this, give me that. This giving this and that are temporary. We want only pure devotion, nothing else. So, Devhuti Mata chose this path, and now her husband has taken sannyas. Kardam Muni, whose son was Kapil Bhagavan, he has left his wife, he was already in the forest, went to more deep forest, and left his wife to take care by the Kapil. And Devhuti Mata knew, who's this Kapil? My son, no. He's the Supreme Personality of God. She accepted her son as her Guru. That is the conversation. Now this Lord Kapil Dev is saying, I shall also describe this sublime knowledge which is the door to spiritual life. The sublime knowledge of Krishna consciousness is the door to the spiritual life. And our only business is to lead the spiritual life. Just turn our face from the material life. No material life, only spiritual life. To my mother, so that she also can attain perfection and self-realization. by the mercy of. And actually, Mother Devhuti knew who's her son, Kapil, and she requested him. And she became the disciple of her son. Because she was so elevated soul, the Lord decided to make her as his mother. There is one Muslim devotee, he is saying, कहने को वो सुतनंद जशोदा के आप थे, बरनाम आप ही माई थे और आप ही बाप थे. In saying that Krishna is the son of Nanda and Jashoda, he's saying no, actually he was the father of everyone. It was just for saying he has accepted Nanda and Jashoda is the father and mother. See the high understanding. So Krishna is the father of. Krishna, as described by Brahmaji, Sarvakaran Karanam, cause of all causes. And Krishna has no cause. He is the cause of all causes. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadhi. Krishna has no beginning. Adi, he is the beginning of everyone. So this beautiful knowledge, by the mercy of Krishna, Krishna sent this pure devotee Srila Prabhupada to save the fallen souls like myself from going to the hell, going to the cycle of birth and death. So we all need to. Prabhupada said this, I have founded the society, open up the centers all over the world, so that sincere souls can stay together and help each other. We have to help each other. Prabhupada said, not kick each other, help each other. So we have to help each other. Try to become Krishna conscious, help others to become Krishna conscious. Because only Krishna conscious is going to prevail, nothing else. Perfection and self-realization. Ending all reaction to fruitive activities. We are generally karmis. They're saying in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakalere Ashant. Those who want some bhukti, those who want liberation, kami, lusty people, bhukti, mukti, siddhi, perfectionist, siddhi, kami, lust, sakalere, ashant, they're all disturbed mind. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam, those who are devotee of Krishna, Nishkam, they don't want it. Eta eva shant, they are peaceful, they are. See, how much peaceful was Srila Prabhupada? No material desire. Prabhupada's only desire was to save humanity from going to dogs. He, gave his whole life for this mission. So we have to follow. And beauty of Srila Prabhupada is as it is. And we have to follow Prabhupada now as it is without any change. Then devotees, there is a great opportunity that we will be able to accomplish the mission of this human form of life. Prabhupada once mentioned that our mission is to save the souls. How the soul will be saved? When they will come to the shelter of Krishna. Not otherwise. There is no other way the souls can be saved. Only by coming to the shelter of Krishna. So, Prabhupada brought the whole world to the shelter of Krishna. Now, if some flaws or some, mistakes are taking place, we should help each other to correct them and try to become pure devotees. And Prabhupada, he didn't want, Prabhupada said, I don't want millions of stars, I want one moon. Millions of stars are there in the sky, but no value. But moon is very visible, very beautiful. So just Prabhupada wanted. Ending all reactions to fruitive activities. Fruitive activities means reaction. But actions are performed, it has a reaction. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. So, Kapil Dev wanted to end that. Thus, she also will be freed from all material fears. So, Mother Devuti should be freed also. Kapil, Bhagavan taking care of his mother, and Kardam Muni left his wife. He knew that my son, who's my son? Even in the forest again, he going to the forest. He didn't stay attached to the family life. We are so much attached. This lust is the greatest enemy of this material. Try to understand this. Third chapter, 37 verse. Shri Bhagavan Uvach, Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajogun Samudbhava, Mahachano, Mahatmapma, Vidhi Enam Hi Bharinam. This lust, Kam, is the greatest enemy of the jiva. It's all devouring, sinful enemy of this material world, Lord Krishna is saying. So we should understand and think those two things. One saint said that do batan ko bhool mat. If you jo chahat kalyan, don't forget two things. If you want future bright, then don't forget two things. Narayan ek maut ko, first death, duje Sri Krishna Bhagavan, second Lord Krishna. Don't forget death and Krishna. Then only your future can become bright. Otherwise, if you are forgetful of death, you will go on committing sinful activities, and you are forgetful of Krishna, then your life is hopeless, useless. So, fruitive activities are binding us. Thus, she also will be freed from all material fears. Lord Kapil Dev wanted his mother to be freed from all material fears. So, Kardam Muni was anxious about his good wife, Devhuti, while leaving home, and so the worthy son promised that not only would Kardam Muni be freed from the material entanglement, but Devhuti would also be freed by receiving instructions from her son. Not that Kardam Muni is going to be the wife also be, mother of Kapil, will be freed from all material reactions. A very good example is set here. The husband goes away taking the sannyas order for self-realization. But he is a representative, the son who is equally educated remains at home to deliver the mother. A sannyasi is not supposed to take his wife with him. I saw one person, he has put on sannyas robes, and wife also in sannyas robes. They're staying together and fooling people with the saffron robes. Putting on the saffron robes, but living husband and wife together. These kind of things are going on. It's not proper. At the one-plus stage of retired life, at the stage midway between household life and renounced life, one may keep his wife as an assistant without sex relation, no sex relation. But in the sannyas order of life, one cannot keep his wife with him. Otherwise, a person like Kardam Muni could have kept his wife with him, and there would have been no hindrance to his prosecution of self-realization. Kardam Muni followed the Vedic injunction that no one in sannyas life can have any kind of relationship with woman. But what is the position of a woman who is left by her husband? She is entrusted to the son, and the son promises that he will deliver his mother from entanglement. Putra Prabhupada explained elsewhere, Pu means hell. Tra means a deliverer. One who delivers his parents from hellish condition is called Putra. So actually, real Putra Lord, Kapil Dev, is delivering his mother. So son means. Nowadays that concept is gone. People don't train their children in Krishna consciousness. They become, just from the beginning of their life, sex monger and drug addict, and their life is waste. Their life is based how they can deliver their parents. No. So, he is entrusted to the son, and the son promised that he will deliver his mother from entanglement. A woman is not supposed to take sannyas. It's seen that some women take sannyas. That is Prabhupada's writing. Woman is not supposed to take sannyas. So-called spiritual socialist societies concocted in modern times give sannyas even to women. Although there is no sanction in the Vedic literature for a woman accepting sannyas. Woman cannot accept sannyas. But she has full right to return back home, back to Godhead. Not that by taking sannyas one can go. No, when I remember one happening in Lord Chaitanya's time. When Lord Chaitanya was in Puri chanting and enjoying the spiritual life, Krishna in the role of his own devotee. So one day Lord spoke to his elder brother, Nityananda. He said, Shripad, we are staying in the Sridham, this Jagannath Puri, holy dham, chanting, dancing. And what will happen to the fallen souls? What do you mean? You go and preach to the fallen souls, or beg them chanting. Then Lord Nityananda, they are two bodies, but they are one, they love each other so much. So I cannot leave you. He said, then if you won't leave me, and then how the fallen souls will be delivered? You deliver the fallen soul, but I cannot leave you. Then Lord Chaitanya put his head down, started shedding tears, When Lord Nityananda saw that his life and soul is shedding tears, all right, what do you want me to do? You please go and ask people to chant. Chant Hare Krishna. So, all right. And you also get married. What? You have taken sannyas and you asking me to give up sannyas and get married? Yes. Why? I don't want people to think only sannyasi can go back home. Good householders can also go. Good householders also can go back home, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a householder with 11 children. Who can be like him? Such an exalted personality. So then Lord Nityananda was married with Janava and which was the other one, two wives of Lord Nityananda. So he became householder. Anyone, even good householders can also go back home, back to Godhead. So we have to follow the Lord. Become conscious of Krishna. Put Krishna in the center of our activities, then life is going to be wonderful. So-called spiritual societies concocted in modern times give sannyas even to women, although there is no sanction in the Vedic literature for a woman's accepting sannyas. Otherwise, if it were sanctioned, Karna Muni could have taken his wife and given her sannyas. The woman must remain at home. She has only 3 stages of life: dependency, on the father in childhood, dependency on the husband in youth, and old age dependency on the grown-up son, such as Kapila. In old age, the progress of woman depends on the grown-up son. The ideal son, Kapil Muni, is assuring his mother of the deliverance of his mother so that his father may go peacefully without anxiety for his good life. So if we become good persons, the Krishna will send us good sons. Kardam Muni and Devahoti, they are so fortunate, they are so great personalities. Lord has become their son. And he is delivering the mother from the material bondage and return back home, back to Godhead. So devotees, in the end, I will say that please follow Prabhupada as it is and become devotee. Try to be dependent upon Krishna, not upon your my unclean mind. Dependence upon Krishna by Prabhupada's mercy will only be useful for us, otherwise the great bondage is waiting. Thank you for listening, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Any question, any comments anybody has? No question? I have no answer. Hare Krishna. Now you can go and take prasadam. Prasadam is ready? Okay.